Salutations, my name is Orville Higgins and it's another edition of Fan Central.
Talking to the people at the heart of the top sporting stories. Hear from your favorite sportsmen and women and the administrators who work tirelessly to make it all happen. It's live sports talk.
I've written an entire article.
Yeah.
Looking at all the major issues every Tuesday at 9 p.m. It's Fan Central.
Yeah, man, this is Nadine Sutherland, because we triumphant, because we not stay down, we not go down. Stop one like we are, because we triumphant. Yeah, this is Nadine Sutherland. Beat up Rockers TV with Urchin.
The internationally acclaimed On Stage with Winfred Williams.
At a new time, Saturdays at 8 p.m. on CVM TV.
So much more than entertainment.
Thanks for joining us for CVM News at noon. It's Thursday, March 19, 2026. I'm Amoy Harriet. Up first this afternoon, a 12-year-old above North Gallimore High student is now in hospital after being struck in the head with a chair during a fight with a schoolmate. CVM News understands the incident happened on the school compound in St. Anne on Wednesday. Now, during the altercation, a 13-year-old student reportedly used a metal chair to hit the boy in the head, causing an injury that resulted in bleeding. The injured student was rushed to hospital, where he has since been admitted. Now, the injured boy's father has since filed a police report. Now, this incident comes just weeks after a similar incident at Ocherias High School, where 16-year-old Devonnie Shearer died after being hit in the head with a chair by his schoolmate.
At present, he's in a stable condition, and his injuries are not life-threatening. The young man was taken into custody this morning, and we'll be looking to place him in a juvenile center.
This is the second time such an incident, a similar incident, is happening in the space of 2 weeks. Mr. Russell, you said to us when we spoke 2 weeks ago that, you're urging persons to talk it out, not fight it out, but it doesn't seem that word is being heeded. How concerned are you?
Well, there are always disputes at school. When you have a group of students together, playing or together, there will always be conflict. And we would want them to resolve these conflicts without using violence. At present,
Now, that was head of the St. Anne Police Superintendent Carlos Russell Sr. Superintendent Carlos Russell, who says the attacker is now in police custody and the injured student has been stabilized in hospital. He was speaking with our managing editor, Giovanni Dennis. In the meantime, the National Secondary Students' Council is raising concerns about the increase in school violence. Speaking on CVM's lead story on Wednesday, President of the NSSC, Brian Anderson, and the National Treasurer, Malik Spencer, said the council has since flagged elevated incidents of violence in Manchester and St. Catherine in recent months, describing violence as an ever-present shadow in the lives of Jamaican students.
The National Secondary Students' Council has observed troubling concerns, especially within the parishes of Manchester and St. Catherine. As a matter of fact, when I was scrolling on my phone for the past months, I've constantly seen Manchester, whether it's the situation where a student went missing to a student being killed and being slaughtered in a fridge, I believe, a whole lot of different concerning situations that young people are placed in, and it really needs to be amended immediately. And data from the Violence Against Children and Youth Survey highlights this from the PIOJ, of course, and it states that more than 3/4 of Jamaican youth aged 13 to 24 are experiencing some form of violence within their lifetime today. And this is some extremely concerning data.
It is scary, and not just me, but for students across Jamaica, they are scared because how can you leave home not knowing that you will not go back home, or you leave home not knowing that somebody will attack you, or you will be attacked on the road. So it has, oh, mommy, I don't want to go to school, daddy, I don't want to go to school, because you're in fear of your life.
To other news now, a section of the Dunbeholden Main Road near Phoenix Park, Village 1 in St. Catherine has once again been blocked. Several taxi operators in and around Spanish Town are protesting bad roads. The road, along with others near Spanish Town and near Lime Tree along Port Henderson Road, were blocked this morning, but were cleared by police. The drivers had indicated that they would continue to block roads. Our news team has seen a video showing they have also assaulted operators who continue to work. Motorists traversing the area may experience delays. Now, the operators say deteriorating road surfaces are affecting their vehicles and livelihoods. Head of the St. Catherine North Police SSP Hopton Nicholson spoke with our news team early Thursday morning.
Information that we receive is that the transport operators are blocking the road in the vicinity of Lime Tree, that's along the Port Henderson main road. At this time, the road is clear, it is passable, and we just want to implore on the motorists, the transport operators, despite the fact that they are complaining about the condition of the road and how it is affecting their livelihoods and their motor vehicles, we asked them, that we implore on them that they can protest peacefully, but they're not allowed to block the road.
Now, our reporter Natasha Williams is on the scene and will bring us the latest later on in CVM News at 7. 2 men are dead and an illegal firearm has been removed from the streets following a police operation in Trelawny on Wednesday. Police report that law enforcement officers acting on a warrant went to a house in Johnson Hill in the parish. Upon arrival, officers say they identified 2 men, 31-year-old Romario Murray of Johnson Hill and 30-year-old Kevon Plummer of Martha Bray. Authorities say as they approached a room where the men were located, one of them, allegedly armed with a firearm, pointed the weapon at the officers and opened fire. The police then returned fire. Following the shooting, both men were found suffering from gunshot wounds. They were taken to hospital where they were pronounced dead. A firearm was later recovered at the scene. Investigations into the incident are ongoing. Meanwhile, a 27-year-old St. Elizabeth man has been charged following a targeted police operation in Cameron Hill, Magotty last Friday. Roshane Blackwood, otherwise called a Dane, is facing multiple firearm-related charges after reportedly fleeing from police during the operation. Lawmen say he was chased, apprehended, and found with a pistol and 6 rounds of ammunition concealed in his waistband. And the St. Elizabeth Police are intensifying their crackdown on the illegal drugs for guns trade in the parish. On Wednesday, a joint military operation involving multiple law enforcement units targeted several communities, resulting in the seizure of over 170 pounds of ganja and the destruction of approximately 2 acres of the illicit crop. 2 men have been arrested and are now being questioned in connection with the operation. Now, 1 person remains unconscious while several others are being treated at hospital following a tow-vehicle collision along Coke Avenue in the Brandon Hill area of Montego Bay, St. James, Thursday morning. Reports said that shortly after 7 o'clock, a Honda motorcar was exiting the compounds of the Hosanna Preparatory School heading towards Montego Bay, while a Toyota Voxy was heading in the opposite direction when the collision occurred. The injured persons were rushed to hospital by passing motorists. Now, the parish capital was among the first to record a fatal crash at the start of the year. Now, the trial of 4 former senior Sagicor employees resumed in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday. Our reporter Crystal Williams was in court and files this report.
$65 million in total went missing in 2022. 7 ghost accounts were located at Sagicor Bank, 6 accounts of persons who were allegedly not aware, and 1 opened under the name of someone who wasn't even a customer. A $2.35 million request was made, but only $1.23 million was received. The question still remains, where is the missing $1.22 million? 4 women, all former senior employees, now face charges under the Larceny Act for obtaining money by false pretenses, fraud, conspiracy, and breaching the Proceeds of a Crime Act. Charged are Alicia Moulton White, her sister Trisha Moulton, Malika McLeod, and Tishan Samuels. The last court date was July 15. On Tuesday, the court reconvened. The first witness, an executive of the Sagicor Bank at the time, testified that the Detailed Licensing Authority Documentation, DLA, for loans, accounts, and transactions would need to be authorized by the relevant authorities to be escalated and subsequently approved. The witness confirmed that he is conversant with this document and he would be able to recognize it if he saw it. When the declaration was made to have the document submitted to the court for assessment, the defense did not object. However, as the matter progressed, it was noted by the defense that the document did not arise at the time of cross-examination. As the defense continued to assess the document, its authenticity and validity were questioned. The judge accepted the document as valid evidence, labeling it as Exhibit 12. On the matter of credit administration policy, the witness was asked if this document would be issued to the branch managers of Ligani and Manor Park Sagicor branches in 2020. He said it would be sent to those it concerned. He was asked to confirm if the incumbent branch manager at the time, Tricia Moulton, is included in this list. He confirmed that she was. Upon receiving Exhibit 12, the witness identified it as the advisory memo addressed to the manager at the time, recommending the issuance of the DLA and the detailed DLA itself. He confirmed that this document was issued specifically by him to Tricia Moulton. The witness also said he did not originally draft the document. Now, there was one question asked by the counsel of Tishan Samuels. When we look at Exhibit 12, how do we know that it was what was approved by the committee? The witness responded, "I am very conversant with the document. If you place it in my hand, I will let you know." The witness was asked again for proof of approval. His response, "I don't have any signature to show you." Crystal Williams reporting for CVM News.
It's time now for a break, but stay with us for a live interview when we come back.
Business is fast, easy, flexible, and costs less. Oh, entrepreneurs, let's go digital! The government of Jamaica and the European Union present Digital Jamaica Training Series. Learn how technology grows your business. Choose the right digital tools. Manage your staff, customers, and money digitally. Data security and privacy. Artificial intelligence. We'll be in every parish. Apply online. www.jbdc.net. Log on fast. Digital Jamaica. Powering connectivity for MSMEs.
Are Are you ready to make a lasting impact? Transform Life Solutions presents the Global Impact Leadership Summit, Rebuilding Jamaica from the Center. Saturday, April 4, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Garden Hotel in Mandeville, featuring guest speakers the Honorable Professor Leslie Rogers from Trinidad, Honorable Dr. Patrick Williams from Belgium, leadership coach Dr. Jacqueline Cousins from Jamaica. Admission is free. Hotel accommodations and exhibition booth spaces are available. Register now at www.tls-events.com. The Global Impact Leadership Summit, April 4. Don't miss.
Welcome back to CVM News at noon. Following last October's devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa, large sections of Jamaica's road network were left damaged or destroyed, cutting off communities and exposing long-standing weaknesses in the country's road infrastructure. Now, the Inter-American Development Bank reported preliminary findings estimating physical damage somewhere around $8.8 billion. Here to discuss the road safety aspect of climate-resilient road design is Vice Chairman of the National Road Safety Council and Chairman of the National Helmet Wearing Coalition, Dr. Lucian Jones. Good afternoon, Dr. Jones.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to your listeners.
So, International Road Assessment Program research and road safety assessments conducted in Jamaica have identified several shortcomings in our existing road network as it is right now. From your own observation, what are some of these shortcomings?
Well, the context really is that WHO has mandated that we use a safe systems approach to deal with road safety, and safe roads is one very important part of it. You have safe speeds and some other things. So the shortcomings that we have identified, certainly in terms of resilience, and I think a quote from the website, the IRAP website, is very, very telling. They said, I don't think you can talk about sustainability when road networks are killing almost 400 people per year, especially when road traffic injury is a leading cause of death for people aged 5 to 29 worldwide. And when we look at the data in Jamaica, we have a whole lot of people who are dying between age 18 and 49. Over 50% of those who die on our roads are dying in that age group. So it's a huge development problem. And for years, the police, they have gone around, they have mapped out where you have problems with road markings and signage, and we have not had it addressed adequately through the NAA or whatever agency is responsible for doing so. So this is a huge problem which has attracted a lot of attention. It's attracted a Gleaner editorial, Safe Roads, recently, another article about IRAP in the newspapers. So the problem with roads is a major, major issue. And what IRAP is about, it's a global charity funded by FIA Foundation, and they go around checking on the road network of countries across the world.
So, Dr. Jones,
you
mentioned a safe system approach just now. How exactly does that differ from the traditional road rebuilding methods?
No, man, it's the same thing, but what I'm saying is that we don't focus only on safe roads. So we are talking about safe roads today, but it's part of a wider context that you need to have safe speeds and safe road users and safe vehicles and an efficient post-crash system. So all of that is in the mix. So we are talking now, we are focusing, we are zeroing in on safe roads. And the point we're making is that this much heralded One Road Authority, which the government is putting forward, whether it's going to replace the NAA or incorporate it along with the local government, which has responsibility for roads, I'm not sure. But what we need to do is to have a very focused attention being paid to our roads. And what the IRAP study has done is to tell us, we need to read the report very clearly, how you can upgrade our roads to meet what they call a 3-star standard. You have to have proper road markings. You have to have proper run off the roads, that you don't have trees and other things that when people come off the road, they crash into trees. You have to have separation of pedal cyclists and motorcyclists. Otherwise, you can have mayhem on the road. So there are a whole lot of things that are going to make roads safe. It's not just the road surface alone. The road surface is an important thing. And recently there was something in newspapers, I think, about a new method of fixing the road surface, fixing potholes, almost magically, as you can drive away it in seconds. But it's not just road markings. There are a whole lot of other things that we need to fix. And the Arab study has identified these things, and then the government has to decide if it's going to meet the budget and to fix the roads so that we can have safer roads within the context of the safe systems. We are losing far too many people on our roads. Thank God so far it's going down. It's a 34% reduction. We're approaching the 40% in homicides, but we need to do a lot more if we're going to get down to the numbers that have been mandated by WHO.
So, Dr. Jones, how's the the helmet wearing coalition addressing security gaps right now where motorcycle safety is concerned?
Well, the helmet wearing coalition was formed out of a need to address the huge increase in the numbers of motorcyclists who are dying in our country. In 2012, when we went down to below 300, 260 people died. Only 41 motorcyclists died. And I say only very carefully in that instance. In 2021, when we had about 488 people, 161 motorcyclists